The birthstones themselves are where we are and what they're about. If you understand when you were born, how do you determine when you were born? We're going to shut down in just a minute or two. How do you determine when you're born? Let's just pick a time. We all remember when we were in the other classroom, we picked a time, did we not? Okay, we named this young girl somebody, but anyway. Pick a date. Pick a date. Anybody? 3-1. All right, class. 3-1. 3-1 would be what? Is that March? 3-1. We don't concern ourselves with anything else. 3-1. Now, 3-1. And 3-1, what would that mean? I thank you. Thank you. What new moon is that? Do you understand how to do the new moons? Our year begins from what? Around March, April, right? So we know that to be. So what new moon are we in now? Right. Well, let's say 3-1. Where's 3-1 at? That's probably what it is, the last one. So that would be 13. All right. So we know that that's in the 13 zone, right? The new moon on the first day, right? Okay. So now let's look at the time. What's the time? What's the time? Pick a time. 1:47. What? AM or PM? AM. Now here's what we're dealing with. 1:47 AM. Now we know that you have to add everything because it goes to that clock. Everything is based upon the GMT. The GMT adds, according to this region here in the Eastern time, you have to add 5 hours. See, it's not as easy as one thing that you pick a time and say, you know, there it is. So if you add 5 hours to this here, that comes to 6:47 AM. All right? Are y'all still with me? All right? So, now here's the thing. At 6:47 AM, that was just right where we was getting ready to do the sunrise, or somewhere near that area, correct? All right. We also know that a lot of times that's where the moon rises too. So you have to look at that date and the time in the scientific charts of NASA, and then you can see whether or not there was a new moon rising, and was this child born on the new moon. That's where the year comes, when the year comes into that. But on the principle, without even dealing with the year, or just say on the month and the date, we're looking at this is something going on. And we know that this individual was born into the 13th new moon. All right? So we have that going on also. 6:47. Let's just say that sunrise was there, because the middle of the night, there is no sun. Last time I checked, and I've been all over the world, the sun does not rise at midnight. Even though it begins the day, the sun does not rise at midnight. So what we have to do is we have to look at where we are. We know that our day in the ancient began when sun came up, so there was a sunrise, right? So if there was a sunrise at we'll just say 6:45, we know that that child was born at sunrise, which was the 0 hour. That means that that child had special gifts and things, and they were in the 0 realm as well. See, there's some other factors that's going on. See, what you have to do is you begin to look at things and see what's happening. But we'll get in more and more into this, and I want you to break down, because there's certain things that relate to a child or an individual, and we know this. Another thing is that when you're dealing with this, what else is there? What are the ranges of where an individual is? Now, here is where I want you to see that we'll step back on that, because we're looking at the sunrise and what things are. But at the same time, let's deal with this, because I want to end the class on appropriate time, but I want to let you see how, in the basic, you'll be able to break this down without going into all that complexities of the astrological structure, but the basic will you be able to do a reading. When the child is born and has a rate field, the first thing is you have 0 through 7, correct? And that's there. Then you have, let's just kill that for now. And then you have, what's the next one? 8 through what? And then the next one is what? 17 through? Okay. And then the next one is 26 through 34. And then 35 through 44 through 53 through 62 through, and we'll stop right there. Now, here you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, depending on where you are in your age frame, there's 3 things that change with you. We know one thing that changed with you. First of all, you have a soft spot, right? And the soft spot, it either closes or etc., right? Then you have teeth. Some people think we got 3 sets of teeth. We got baby teeth, adult teeth that fall out, and then we buy some more teeth. Okay. All right. And then what changes also is your sexology. Depending on who you are, it might be at the age of 9, 10, whatever. And what does that mean? If you are a womb man, that means that you're on your cycle, okay? And you go from a we'll get in trouble here. You go from a flat-chested to breast. There's still some women who are flat-chested. Okay. I mean no insult. All right? Okay. Then men go from where you be like, hey, what's his name? Adrian? Women. Adrian? But Adrian could be both male and female, and they sound and look just alike at a certain age. You notice that about boys and girls? They are almost identical at a certain age. So what the boy goes through is that he begins to take on the man structure, right? And the hormones begin to kick in, the phallic thing. Well, the boys they played with their penis. They be in their diapers, and you can change in their diaper, they be playing with their male toy. They think it's something to play with. And they got men now that are 62 years old still thinking it's something playing with, and wearing diapers. Okay? Let's stop. Now, so the sexology change. What else happens after that? What are the other factors that change in you? Hands. Now, thank you. See, this is what I want you to see and understand. So the hands change. What else change? Your physical. Okay? You go from being a thin to a fat man, like me, you know. All right. Or you go from being, as they say, ugly duckling to a very beautiful woman. All right. What else changes?
What size?
Your hair will change.
Your hair. Okay, what else? Your skin. Okay. And what else? That's all. Your spirit and your mind. Okay? All right. Now, without getting into other details, these are the things that happen. And once they reach a certain age of maturity, then they stop changing. Is that correct or wrong?
I think
That's what?
I think that's wrong.
That's wrong.